It's Speak English Like an American, now available as a book and audio CD, an online course, and as an app. Visit languagesuccesspress.com for more information. Here's a sample lesson from Speak English Like an American. It's Lesson 1. Bob works as a manager at a furniture store. First, let's go over the idioms in this lesson. Then we'll hear the dialogue. The first idiom is about to, which means ready to, or on the verge of. It's a good thing Bob left the furniture store when he did. Peter was so angry he was about to throw a dining room chair at him. The next idiom is after all, which means despite everything, or the fact is. You'd better invite Ed to your party. After all, he's a good friend. Our next idiom is at least, which means anyway, or the good thing is that. Tracy can't afford to buy a car, but at least she has a good bicycle. And the next idiom is to break the news, which means to make something known. Samantha and Michael are getting married, but they haven't yet broken the news to their parents. To cost an arm and a leg means to be very expensive. A college education in America costs an arm and a leg. A dead-end job. That's a job that won't lead to anything else. Jim worked many dead-end jobs before finally deciding to start his own business. Our next idiom is let's face it, which means to accept a difficult reality. Let's face it, if Ted spent more time studying, he wouldn't be failing so many of his classes. Our next idiom is to give one the creeps, which means to create a feeling of disgust or horror. Ted's friend Matt has 7 earrings in each ear and an I love mom tattoo on his arm. He really gives Nicole the creeps. Our next idiom is to go back to the drawing board, which means to start a task over because the last try failed. Frank's new business failed, so he had to go back to the drawing board. Moving on, we have to go belly up, which means to go bankrupt. Many people lost their jobs when Enron went belly up. To give someone the axe means to fire someone. Mary used to talk to her friends on the phone all day at work, until one day her boss finally gave her the axe. To lose one's temper means to become very angry. Bob always loses his temper when his kids start talking on the telephone during dinner. Our next idiom is to make up one's mind, which means to reach a decision or to decide. Do you want an omelet or fried eggs? You'll need to make up your mind quickly because the waitress is coming. No point in means no reason to, or it's not worth it. There's no point in worrying about things you can't change. To put up with means to endure without complaint. I don't know how Len puts up with his mean boss every day. Next we have flop, which means a failure. The Broadway play closed after just 4 days. It was a real flop. Our next idiom is to save the day, which means to prevent a disaster or misfortune. We forgot to buy champagne for our New Year's party, but Sonia brought some and really saved the day. Next we have as sharp as a tack, meaning very intelligent. Anna got a scholarship to Yale. She's as sharp as a tack. To talk over means to discuss. Dave and I spent hours talking over the details of the plan. Top dollar means a lot of money. Wait until those jeans go on sale. Why pay top dollar? Now, let's hear the dialogue for Lesson 1.
Bob works as a manager in a furniture store. Peter, his boss, is not happy about sales. Bob's new advertising campaign hasn't helped. Peter decides to fire him.
Bob, I hate to break the news, but our sales were down again last month.
Down again, Peter?
Yeah, these days everybody's shopping at our competition, Honest Abe's furniture store.
But everything in there costs an arm and a leg.
That's true. They do charge top dollar.
And their salespeople are very strange. They really give me the creeps.
Well, they must be doing something right over there. Meanwhile, we're about to go belly up.
I'm sorry to hear that. I thought my new advertising campaign would save the day.
Let's face it, your advertising campaign was a real flop.
Well, then I'll go back to the drawing board.
It's too late for that. You're fired.
What? You're giving me the axe?
Yes, I've already found a new manager. She's as sharp as a tack.
Can't we even talk this over? After all, I've been working here for 10 years.
There's no point in arguing, Bob. I've already made up my mind.
Oh well, at least I won't have to put up with your nonsense anymore. Goodbye to you and goodbye to this dead-end job.
Please leave before I lose my temper.